Okay, we have this parallelogram with one vertex at 0, 0, another vertex at 2, comma 5, because that's one of the vectors it's given, and then another vector from -2. Well, we don't know what the y coordinate is, but it is sliding up and down this vertical line right here. Yeah, so we could have a parallelogram that looks like this, or one that looks like this, or somewhere in between. But the area formula for the area of a parallelogram is area equals the length of one of the bases times the height. And the height could be from opposite vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. And since we know that this side of the parallelogram is always the square root of 29 by the distance formula, if we could find the distance from this -2 y sub 1 to this side right here, we'd have a formula for the area. And that's going to be the key to solving this problem. Not sure you have this formula at your disposal, but the formula for the equation, the distance from a point to a line in a plane, is given by this formula, where ax plus by plus c is the equation of the line. In our case, y equals 5/2 x, because the slope between the origin and the point 25 is 5/2. And if we solve this or get it in standard form, ax plus by plus c, we get 5x minus 2y is equal to 0. And we're trying to find the distance to that line from the point -2, comma, and I'll use the subscript y sub 1. What is the distance from this point to this line using that formula? Well, in our case, a is 5, b is -2, the coefficient of y, x sub 0, y sub 0 is -2, y sub 1. So let's see what we've got. We've got the absolute value of a, which is 5, times x sub 0 is -2, plus b is -2. Y sub 0 is what we don't know. I'm calling it y sub 1. We take the absolute value of that and we put it over the square root of a squared plus b squared, which is really this distance right here, the square root of 29. So that's an expression or a formula for the altitude or the height of this parallelogram, where we don't know y sub 1. And if we multiply that times the base, which is the square root of 29, we want to know, when does that equal 12? What values of y sub 1 will give us 12? Well, these cancel out, and I've got now the absolute value of -10 minus 2y, y sub 1, has to equal 12. How do you solve that equation? Well, you say -10 minus 2y sub 1 is equal to 12, or that expression under the absolute or inside the absolute value symbols could also equal -12. And you solve each of those. Okay, so let's see. If I take the 2y sub 1 to this side, subtract 22 from both sides, I get y sub 1 equals -11, which is what I have shown right here. The area of this parallelogram is 12. And if I solve this one, 2y sub 1 equals 2, y sub 1 equals 1. I haven't shown that over here, but if I slid this point down here to have a y coordinate of 1, then the parallelogram would have a area of 12. Okay, so your answers are -11, and 1. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.